We kick off hour number 2 by going back to our guest line and bringing on another one of these class of 2026 commits. We've talked to a few of them of late. We're so pleased to be joined by the latest one, Roseby Lubintus, offensive lineman from New Jersey, decommitted from Penn State, has committed to Fran Brown in the Orange. And Roseby, from what I understand today, is your birthday. Happy birthday, sir. How old are you today?
Finally just turned 18. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Do you have any big plans for the big day?
Going to Six Flags, actually. Like, I'll say an hour after this, going to see how much rides I can still fit.
That's a full day, Paul. He's got an appearance on Orange Nation and then going to Six Flags. That sounds like a great birthday to me. All right, so your story around here has been well documented that you were committed to Penn State and decided that wasn't the place for you. You ended up here at Syracuse. You had a lot of other major offers. What was it about Syracuse, Roseby, that led you to verbally commit here?
So for me, it was since the beginning when I was recruited, and the beginning it was actually Syracuse was my 7th offer, and it was non-committable offer. And the thing in the beginning, it was like, oh, they probably don't really like me or they don't really mess with me. But the way it was Coach Fran and every other coach wanted to know me before the football aspect of it, which is I feel is really heavy in recruiting, and which is the most important part to me because, like I said before, I don't like being just like number 58. I don't like just being another kid. I try very hard to like show myself out and just put it out there to be the best that I can in any aspect of it, which I feel like Syracuse really showed interest in the most. I want to say like Penn State didn't show interest in it, of course, because I was committed there before. They're a great school, great program, great people. But I feel like Penn State was just a better option for me.
I talk about the other offers you had, a lot of big-time schools. Did you want to stay in the Northeast? You being a Jersey kid, was that a priority for you, or did geography not really matter?
It didn't really matter for me. So I was actually born in North Jersey. I moved back to where I'm from. I'm Haitian and Dominican. I moved there until I was about 3 to 4 years old. I came back, and then I lived up North Jersey for until I was in 5th grade, came down here. And I pretty much lived here all my life. But for me, it's not like I really need to stay home. Like I need to stay close to home, anything like that. It just felt like the best option for me, whether it's across the country, up, down, wherever it is. It's just, I know I'll go wherever the best option is for me to get better as a person, as a football player, and as in general.
You talked about Fran Brown being so important in your recruitment and so important in your decision-making process. Can you share with us a little bit, your interactions with him, or, what you feel as though your relationship is with Fran Brown right now? What sold you over about Fran and his staff?
For me, Coach Fran is like one of the realest coaches you could ever meet, and I'm definitely grateful that I did meet him, considering he is from, down the block from me, considering he grew up Camden. He grew up in kind of hard times just like I did. Growing up, I didn't really have a lot, just like him. He grew up in Camden. I grew up here. And it was just like, he's one of those coaches that really know how much it'll take to get to the next level, to be great at the next level, and still achieve everything you want to, knowing you grew up in a hard life and didn't really have a lot to working for it and keep pushing to get a whole lot more.
In terms of your style of play, could you kind of give us a thumbnail sketch of what fans can expect out of you in terms of the kind of lineman you are and kind of what you pride yourself on?
I would say I'm heavy on not making the same mistakes, learning. Don't matter what, if it's the first play of the game, last play of the game, I'll definitely give it my 100%. I'll learn from my mistakes. I try to pick up in anything and everything. I ask a lot of questions. I drive myself to be the best that I can be. Before, I used to drive myself on fear and doubt that I might not make it, but now I try to pick myself up and go off faith in God. I heavily believe in God, just like my mom. And I try to follow in his footsteps to guide me through the game of football. So I got 100%, give 100% effort, and I'll never just sit back and think that it was good enough.
I got to ask you about your nickname. It's one of the better nicknames that I've heard, especially for a high school athlete. Where did the nickname Purgatory come from, and how did it stick?
So it was during sophomore year when I really started getting into camps. And I remember I went to, the last camp I had went to was a Rutgers camp, but it was the next camp after that camp. It was just like some random mini camp that I went to. And the coach, like a random coach, I don't even remember the coach or what school he was from. He was like, man, he always on an island somewhere. Like he watched every single rep I had, even if I was at guard or tackle. But I was mainly at tackle. And he was like, he's just on the island. And somebody yelled out like this. He was like, yeah, it's like Purgatory, the island that you can't get off. And then the coach was just like, oh yeah, that's a hard nickname. So I liked it, and then I mentioned it to my friends, and then it got to the whole team, and then to the point where it just stuck. So I was like, yeah.
See, that is a nickname to be proud of, Paulie, unlike us when we're like hesitant to share our nicknames on the show.
Should I tell him what yours was in high school?
No. We just met. Maybe after we get the...
I got to hear. You hear mine?
Okay, Paulie.
He used to eat cheese sandwiches a lot, so they called him Rat Boy in high school.
Not a good nickname, Roseby.
Mine was Small Paul, so I guess it's nice.
So at least you got one that you like. Be thankful for that. Watching this team play last year with Kyle McCord and that high-powered passing attack, and obviously, this year, the quarterback situation has not been solved yet. But seeing what you saw last year with this Jeff Nixon offense and how much they threw it, do you feel like this is an offense that you would want to play for, and an offense in which you can kind of showcase your skills throughout your time here?
I would definitely say so, considering I have talked to Coach Nixon multiple times. I have talked to Coach Williams, the line coach. I do see myself fitting in the scheme however way they want me to, whether it's at guard, maybe center, tackle, whatever way they want me, is whatever way I'll show I can fit in. And I actually do like the scheme a whole lot. I'll say I'm more of a pass pro type of lineman. I am good at run blocking, I would say. All my pancakes could prove it, but I'll say I like passing more, a little bit more.
All right, Roseby, when you're not playing football and you're not, working out, what do you like to do? Tell us a little bit about you as a person and maybe some of your hobbies, what you like to study, you off the field.
So for me, I try to be as much as open as possible. Like if I'll see some random person, talk to them, I'll try to meet new friends. Because, some people don't really have a lot of friends like that. Some people don't really know a lot of people. So it doesn't really hurt to make a new friend anywhere. Like in school, if you ever see me in school, you could ask every single teacher. But probably one that I didn't like because I suck at English. So it was that one English teacher. But apart from that, all the janitors, the cafeteria ladies, everybody else, they will say hopefully that I am a great person. Because I try to be every day, even the hard days where you don't want to wake up, don't want to be there, still smile at somebody, say hi, fist bump, whatever it is. I do shelters from time to time. I help write notes for kids in the hospitals as much as I can. I try to find new places. I don't really stick to the same places, just to expand a little bit more. And for me, I wouldn't say a born leader, because I do struggle to lead my own team sometimes, and I'm kind of learning it, but I feel like it doesn't really hurt to just step in to say something to somebody sometimes.
I got to say that's a very impressive answer, and you mentioned the community service aspect of it, and I'm sure you're aware that Fran Brown is big into community service, and he wants his players to to complete so many hours per season and so on and so forth. Did that come up at all during the recruiting process? Did that stand out to you? The fact that, again, for Fran, it does seem like it's about more than just football, that, it's about, giving back to the community as well.
So actually during the recruiting process, it was kind of, I didn't really know it as much, because I'll say I found out more towards on myself, doing a couple of research on Syracuse and like seeing what type of program it is, what type of school it is. So I would say I found out myself, and it was kind of more like self-exploring. But I do say I definitely do like it, and I'm glad that the school has that on top of that, because I know there's a lot of people and a lot of kids out there that just looking for, just a friend, just someone to talk to, someone to say hi back. And I definitely do appreciate that in a lot of aspects.
Well, listen, Roseby, you seem like a very impressive young man. It's been a pleasure chatting with you here for 10 minutes or so. Best of luck wrapping things up, and we all look forward to seeing you next year on campus. Continued success to you.
Enjoy your birthday.
Thank you.
Yes, happy birthday. Roseby Lubintus joining us here on the program. Seems like a really nice young man, and we'll take a time out here. We got today's business on the other side. We got Alan Griffin coming up at 1:30. We're back after this on ESPN Radio.